Hi, I'm Chris Helm, a student here at UAT studying game programming, and today I'd like to take just a few moments of your time to talk to you about part of my educational journey here at UAT. When I first came to the university, I started with a single thought in mind. I wanted to be a game programmer. However, since then, that single, broad, general goal has been refined into several narrowly defined specific objectives that I want to achieve while I'm here. Three of which are: I'd like to learn how to program melee combat systems, I'd like to learn how to program fully autonomous AI that can set goals, prioritize those goals, and then make decisions based off of those goals, and I'd like to learn how to procedurally generate 3D open worlds. Now, to that end, I have taken a lot of courses, but it's the courses I've taken over the last semester that I really wanted to touch on. This last semester, I took Game Production Studios 1 and 2, College Algebra, and Communications and Technology. Now, College Algebra is your typical algebra class, and while it didn't contribute to those objectives directly, it gave me a solid foundation that I can build upon as I learn the higher math skills I'll need to start procedurally generating 3D open worlds. Communications and Technology can best be generalized as a public speaking course. However, that class taught me exactly what I wanted to get out of my education here and really helped me to refine what I wanted to achieve while I was here. Game Production Studios 1 and 2 are actually classes that are designed to teach students agile development methodologies and give them experience working in actual game studios. However, the work I did in those two classes taught me more about AI and combat systems than any class I previously took. While I was in those two classes, I worked on a game called Mirrored, and the work I did actually led to my proudest achievement to date since starting here at UAT, which was being offered a position with Live in the Game Studios, a studio that's developing several video games right now. Now, as students, every single one of us at some point in time has to ask ourselves if we've been successful with our education. And the answer to that is determined by how you define success. For me, success is defined as overcoming the possibility of failure and is tied directly to achievement. As an example, I made the Dean's List twice over the last year, which tells me that to some extent I've met some of my educational goals. However, being offered the position with Live in the Game Studio also tells me that I've met some of those educational goals, at least to some extent, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have been given the opportunity. Now, before you go, I'd like to leave you with a final thought, and that is, if you don't have specific goals, set them, and set them now. Because what you take from your time here will be directly influenced by what you want to achieve while you're here. And with that, I wish all of you the best of luck in the future. Thanks.